Welcome back to BG Review. Today we're taking a look at a game from Jonathan, aka Resurrect in Discord, at around 7100 MMR. A Guff game. I actually have not played Guff in really long and also don't see it being played that much, even though I know the stats for it are pretty good. So this will be an interesting game. He got 4th, meaning, you know, things are probably gonna go a little bit wrong, and hopefully there's something to learn for all of us. And of course for Jonathan, who sent this in. Now if you want me to take a look at your game, be sure to join the Discord and just, you know, post your games there. All the info will be in the description below. That's about it. So how Guff used to be played is, well, the hero power was, I think, a bit better. You would just take a card from every tier, just start hero powering and power leveling with that, and then you start to pivot your comp into something that, you know, makes use of that, which very often is Menagerie. So you find additional scaling such as Bran, maybe Light Fang, Mithrax, but now with the 2 gold hero power it's a bit awkward. With 2 gold, one curve you can go for is the Yacht curve, or just the 2 gold hero power curve, which is you stay down on tier 1 for 2 turns, then you level hero power. But I think with Guff you don't really need to start hero powering as early as possible, because you only buff 1 or 2 minions at first. I think you wanna, like what he did, buy the token and level. I'm actually a bit more of a fan of Elemental over Alicat, because I think he had the option. Because with Elemental, if you take Elemental over Alicat on turn 1, next turn when you have to sell double buy, you can just sell this Elemental. You still have a 2-2 body. Now you'll have a 1-1 body, so you're just slightly stronger after you sell one of your tokens. So that's why I like Elemental a bit more over Alicat. Now the thing is, I don't know if you necessarily want to buy 2 drops on tier 2. You might actually even want a power level. I think against Deathwing, this shop may be okay. Like the Skullbore is alright as a hero power target, because you can start buffing it and then give it a shield, and buffing a divine shield obviously is pretty good. Now the lobby does have Quillbore. I think it also has mechs. So going 3-on-3 just power leveling, I think, is always correct here. It's something I always do in the Quillbore mech lobby, especially if you're facing someone that you're probably not beating anyway, or that might want to level with you. I just press the button, just bite the bullet. But he does just take the Quillbore and hero power, and now we can see the position that he's in. What is he gonna do next turn? He could just level, sell Alicat, hero power. That's actually very clean, and something I didn't consider. Now he can next turn just level, sell hero power. So maybe this did work out. Maybe this was correct. We are gonna tie. It's pretty pog. And then here, yeah, I want to see that play. The only reason you make this play is to next turn level, sell hero power. And he does that. Okay, so far I think his early game is great. It's perfectly fine. And now you can actually see Alicat being better than Elemental, because otherwise if you hero power, this Elemental will get buffed and you would have to sell it here. So maybe this player has played Guff before, because this ended up working out better than the line that I suggested, just because I did not figure out what kind of leveling curve we were going to take here. I would be more like tempted to level here, because then we can start rolling Deflectable, we can start rolling the better 3-drop Quillbores, and then start buffing those instead of, you know, an Alicat and a 2-drop. But we're definitely not in a bad spot, and we're facing Galakrond. This lobby also doesn't have heroes that are like insane. Like Omu can high roll if they level quickly, same with Phylan. Xyrola just needs to get triples locked up, and other than that I think the other heroes should not be that good or that high rolly. Now the main issue with Guff as well is you can't just rely on the hero power for scaling. I think, oh, that's actually not a bad one, because it supplies a gem every turn, so you could consider taking a 4-3 here as your free drop. Now old Guff used to level here. I think the old Guff used to just go to tier 4 early, and then you hope you find a 4-drop and a free drop, buy those and start hero powering. Because now, again, you can buy a card, but only a single card on 7 gold and hero power, and then you can level hero power again. So I think playstyles are just gonna shift. Yeah, you don't really care about any of these in the shop. I think just roll again, play hero power, which is kind of, yeah, what is a bit sad about this. But as I was saying, Guff's hero power is not enough to win a game usually. In lower ranks it probably is, because in lower ranks, you know, scaling is way less exponential than higher ranks. Like people don't high roll multiple 6 drops and go absolutely insane. So very often with Guff you could probably just rely on the hero power. Try and figure out a curve like this. Maybe power level, or do find a token that you can do this curve for your level on 6 gold to tier 3. But very often I think don't get baited by the hero power. Just take strong cards, hero power when you can. Don't start hero powering too early, because buffing 1 card or 2 cards sometimes isn't worth it, or isn't even stronger than just buying an extra card from the shop, and then going from there. And finding additional scaling. Again, don't just use hero power, find other ways that you can later on like grow your growth. Yeah, yes, grow your growth, I guess. Just find more ways that your units can scale besides just one button. Which can be Light Fang, which can be Bran, which can be, I don't know, maybe you find a Golden and you just pivot into Beast. That's always possible, I guess. So we're losing to a N'Zoth, a fish, just barely taking no damage. And here, I guess we're seeing the level button again. Ooh, that's a really good shop, actually. So those free drops, or this free drop, is at least way better than this one. This one with supply gems here. Menace is not bad either, because you can module it. So a very nice shop, but yeah, of course we just have the level button. And that's why I don't like Guff. Guff, I feel like, locks you into this pattern, into this play style that is very linear, and you either hit good shops early or you don't. And there's not much more you can do. So we're able to beat AFK because we're actually really strong. We make it to tier 4, and now double war gear is something. Well, I wonder if you ever just play 2 war gears on the board and start buffing them, and as soon as you triple war gear, you can put it onto like a deflector or something that is completely buffed. That's actually really interesting. I would honestly consider just playing 2 war gears on the board and buffing them for that reason, because if you triple it, slap it onto a new mech, maybe a module, so it's still a 4 job, and yeah, that could be interesting. He took a wildfire though, which is again really strong. And again, you can see how awkward this is. He only buys 1 card a turn. I guess you can cycle Hornmaster, so he has a taunt now. It's pretty good. But again, we just buy 1 more card to upgrade on the board and just press hero power. And then next turn, what are you going to do? You can level hero power again, but you flow the gold, so you have to roll. And that might still be good enough. It seems like you're still pretty strong compared to most people in the lobby. The positioning as well, I think, is fine. I would do it the same like this. Even though you should check if they have max. I haven't seen him scout too much, but if you see max, you might want to put this thing first, just so you have a bumper into the shield first. This will be your board, and clearly we have to do some sort of menagerie, or we could pivot into Quillboars. Imagine if we had Dark Ace Elder on tier 6. We're pretty good. I'm doing pretty well for ourselves. There's a module now. Okay, he's scouting. We're facing max 6 max. I think we saw them have a deflector early. Or maybe there was someone else, but it's a Galakron, so they probably had a good 6 drop max, such as 4 Reaper or such as Omega Buster. So we do just level bottom, the kind of the usual, and do nothing. And then next turn, I assume it's just they're gonna take a 5 and button again and then level again. But I'm wondering if he's gonna start falling off soon, because I don't think that is very sustainable. Oh no, wait, what? They did have Buster, right? Yeah, okay, so they hero powered into Buster, just have a bunch of shitty max, but it's all pairs. They're all pairs, and 2 of them have Divine Shield, so Galakron is actually in a really good spot. We need to remember what he has here, because I think he is going to be in a prime position to steal lobby away, and we're taking more damage here. And you can finally see people who actually hit tier 6 and tier 5 cards being able to beat our hero power scaling, because, well, this is going to fall off. Wow, Xyrella is already tier 6. Without taking too much damage, so that's also pretty scary. They decide to stay down and probably look for a 5 drop. But what else are you looking for? You're looking for Bran here. Mithrax might be a bit late, but I'd still take a Mithrax. I think it's worth it. You're looking for Sefin. Sefin would be really good here. Another tribe and a good 5 drop. It gives you poison, gives you an out. And maybe Leroy, probably not, because it's really awkward with your hero power. I hope he doesn't take that pair. He doesn't. Yeah, these also don't matter. Wait, that's a triple. Never mind, you take that. Wait, he didn't see this, or he didn't want to take it. But you can definitely do it. The only issue with taking this triple is, again, you can't buy a 5 drop this turn, but you get a 6 drop this turn that you can hero power, because you buy the token, sell Alicad, buy the token, play triple, sell the Tabbycat again, so you free up 2 gold for your hero power, discover a 6 drop. So it's really sad that you missed this triple, because this would give you a 6 drop on the board right now that you can still hero power. But instead, it seems like he's tunnel visioning onto a 5 drop, and didn't find one. And see, now it's really awkward, because what are you gonna do? Just buy a random 4 drop here and still just hero power for scaling? Yeah, you can see the strat with Guff falling off, and you can see how it is strong early and how you can utilize it as tempo to level and set up a board, but how you still need to keep options open and see how you go from there, because there's double Manted Queen with Divine Shields, 6 drop Murloc with Golden Swole. That, dude, that's a board. That is spicy, and we are definitely... Oh, we're tying with this. That's pretty sick. Okay, I did not see that coming. Now, no Ghost yet. We're facing the Fallon, though, who's pretty low, probably just level to 6. And we still need to do something. We can't really level button here. I mean, we could. It's just a bit scary. We're above damage cap, and damage cap is not lifted, so we can't really die. It takes the Reef Explorer, I think, to discover a card that he doesn't have yet, hoping to hit a 5. But, I mean, he has Begurgle, but that's still pretty bad. None of these make sense. It doesn't really matter what you take, I think. It takes the Bergurgle anyway. I think Baron Selfless. Okay, so you can start buffing Baron now with hero power. Okay, you should have played Baron hero power first and then play Selfless last, so Selfless can't get the buff. So that was a small ordering misplay, but other than that, I think it's okay. He just decided that I'm just gonna skill with hero power. I'm gonna have Selfless Baron as my end game. But still, you need more. You need more firepower. And I don't know where you're gonna get it from. This dude has double Dark Gaze Elder. And, oh, they did lose. They didn't get to set up in time. Okay, so that's unfortunate for them there, because they were about to steamroll the lobby. And now there's a Ghost, there's damage cap lifted, and we can die. You're facing the Galakrond again, who we know has the Omega Buster, the early Buster, and the multiple pairs. So we level to 6, we're selling our taunt to do what exactly? You don't have gold to buy in hero power here. Oh, this is really awkward. I think he didn't figure out his money. It's really important. Before you make a play, look at the time he has. He has more than a minute left. Figure out how your gold works, because what are you gonna do now? How are you gonna make this work? He's just gonna button and chill. And now he buffed Bergurgle instead of the Baron. And yeah, that sucks. Wait, what is he freezing for? Maybe it's Zep because it's good against some opponents. It could be good against Fish and against the mech players. And it's a Sig. I guess mainly because it's a Sig job that you want to hero power. I don't think it's a Chalga. Chalga is way too slow. Okay, so they have double Buster now. No Baron yet, no Kangar yet, but still, this is really strong. One Deflecto. And yeah, we're gonna lose once again to this real competition. We didn't get Ghost. I mean, we created Ghost last round. Oh, it takes a Chalga. Okay. I don't really like that because Chalga is pretty bad. I don't really see what you're gonna end up doing with it. Finds Necro, I would definitely take that. You can take Necro and then just find Cookie, and then you can suddenly get like a nice stat bonus onto maybe the Baron or something. So pretty sad to not see them take that. There is a Baron in the shop. Are they gonna consider taking it? No. I think that's also a pretty important triple. If you're well, gonna have Baron Selfless as your endgame, you might as well start picking up the pieces before it's too late. So he sells Bergurgle, cycles a Jug to end on Chalga and just hero power. Yep, and there's the Cookie. We had the Cookie Necro combo if we wanted. Freezes for a second Chalga. So I think he's getting a bit baited by just mediocre scaling because it's just a random Sig shop that fits on the board. His gold isn't really working out anymore. And he's valuing... not undervaluing some pairs and triples and overvaluing others. Now we're facing AFK, who is pretty strong using Brand Menagerie. I wonder if they're gonna beat this. And it seems like they... oh wait, got cut away. I think they won. Right? Guff is at 10 health here, now they're at 2. So Guff took 8 damage. Maybe they got disconnected. That's a possibility as well. Anyway, now they take Necro and Cookie. Okay, so they want the Cookie first and then find Necro, I guess. And also took the second Chalga. What did they end up selling? Oh, they sold the Chalga. Okay. Sold Chalga. Put all the gems on there. Swapped it. And then Necro. I like this. And puts in a Wildfire. That makes sense. Because a bigger Wildfire probably better than a bigger Baron in this scenario. Especially, I guess against Ghost you could have waited. Against Ghost you could have just chilled and not done anything yet and just keep the Chalga on board for a turn, because we're always beating Ghost. So maybe, dude, we still have 70 seconds. These turns are so long. What is happening? We could have definitely chilled here and just go off next turn so we get more stats onto the Wildfire. And potentially triple Chalga to free up a board space, and now we don't even have to sell it, and that would be pretty beautiful. Also, this Tabby Cat taunt, like that's the awkward part of just getting a one drop and hero powering it every turn. It ends up just being a big dude on your board, but it's so bad if someone just leads with like a big Divine Shield card. It's just useless. And we're just rolling, I guess, for triple Selfless, the triple Baron, but we skipped that before, so I don't really know. We want tech, we need Sephine. Now against this we need Zep, because we know they're Mega Buster comp, so Zep would have been good to pick up earlier. Other than that, I don't really know how we counter it, and they're just rolling. They didn't even pick the Selfless. I would definitely take the Selfless. Again, our only endgame right now is like Golden Selfless Baron. They're selling Chalga for probably Blaster. Blaster would be really good against this comp as well, because we know they're mechs. We faced them before. I think they have Deflectors as well. The main issue though with a Buster comp, Tunnel Blast is very often not good against a Buster comp, because what happens is you just remove their shields of the macros and the Deflectabots, but they have like a talented Omega Buster. So the Omega Buster dies, the Deflectors get their shield backs, they hit in, the macros get their shields back, so very often everything on our board gets a shield back anyway, and this does nothing. So let's see how big of an effect this, or impact this actually has. Now, they do lead with double Deflecto, so this could end up being good. It might end up taking out one Deflecto. Oh, with the Baron, it actually took out both. I forgot about that. Okay, that was pretty sick. And Kangaroos resummoned... Oh my god, wait. Kangaroos resummoned 4 Deflectos. So now our opponent has 4 Deflectabots on the board. With... Okay, I don't know if we can beat that. That was pretty insane. So I think we lose this. We lost to someone with 4 Deflectors on the board because we ended up killing both. But I guess against them, Blaster was actually really good. Most of the time against, again, a Buster comp, it's not that amazing because they just regain shields. But together with the Baron, I was able to take out both Deflectos. Sadly, it just, you know, they got resummoned anyway. But yeah, that's the game. I hope the insight I gave was useful. It was pretty hard to commentate over a Guff game because they're very streamlined. You just press your hero power every turn and look for like certain keycards. But I hope, you know, seeing how you got tunnel visioned into this composition, the cards that you should have taken and the cards that you should not have taken are gonna influence, you know, how this game would have went. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next BG review.